Hello everyone, this is Vinnie Tartamella. I am a former lead designer of McFarlane Toys and a comic book creator. Today I am reviewing the '89 Batman, the Michael Keaton one from McFarlane Toys. Again, I like to give honest reviews anyway on this stuff, but his last bunch of figures have been really good. So this looks awesome, but we'll find out when we open it up. Here's your standard kind of packaging. Image on the back of Michael Keaton from the movie. They stayed in black and white. Still a really cool shot. But yeah, so we're gonna crack this guy open and give some honest reviews on it. First impressions are pretty solid. I know some people complain they didn't think the likeness was there, but I mean, it's just the bottom of his face, so I don't know. But I do like his extra accessories that he comes with here. So like I said, let's open this guy. So here he is out of the package. I gotta say, the body is fantastic. They did such a great job. I think the musculature, the costume itself, are pretty damn cool. I didn't pull up specific photos or anything to do like the ultra breakdown comparison like a lot of people go crazy about. This is a really good iteration of the character, because obviously the main thing that is different is the head, because it's not a connected cowl, it is a ball joint, so that we as fans could have awesome movement in our Batman. So that's really cool. One thing right away that stands out to me that I do not like is this cape. This cape is nylon with no wiring in it. Now I understand for the gimmick that they're doing, but it makes no sense, and I'll get into that a little bit later in the review. But let me do articulation first. So his arms are pretty great. We just saw the head movement. Again, really awesome. He could look up, he could look down, the pivot to the side. Everything is great there. Like I said, ball joint with the kind of cup rotation thing in there. It could go all the way around. Double joint goes all the way. He does have the standard hinge. It's a little hard to see here, but yeah, and like the hands do come off as well, so just being careful with that. The diaphragm joint, really good. That's excellent. Yeah, that's a good range. And he does have the waist turn as well. We do have splits, very good. Doesn't kick up that great, but it's all right, because he could barely move in the suit from '89 anyway. Here we go, double hinge for the knee. I'd say the movement is pretty accurate to what he could do in the movie. He does have the rocker with the hinge, and he does have toe articulation. So this is like a soft rubber piece, the guard on the front of his foot, but it doesn't hinder the movement, so that's a good thing. But like I said, what they have here going on, because we're going to be sticking poles into the, like, they sewn in pockets. This is a gimmick that he stole from NECA for the big figure, and it works okay for the big figure-ish, but I think like this is stupid. If he just wired the cape, you wouldn't have to do that. You just put a regular wire in there and boom, it could hold out to the side and you're just fine. So what the hell is the purpose of this stupid gimmick? Because you want to put the little poles? Well, then you could have made another pocket, and if you just wanted to have them hold on to it, you know, like you did in the movie, you could do that. But what they did here was really dumb. You know, technically he didn't even need the damn poles. He could kind of do it anyway. So what the, I don't know. Well, I'll get into that in a minute. All right, so we'll get into this thing now. He does come with a pretty thick looking batarang, kind of chunky. I haven't even tried it, putting it in his hands yet, but I mean, here's one of the other accessory hands. But yeah, I guess we could get this to work-ish. Not even. What the hell? Yeah, I guess he could sort of hold it. I mean, it's very thick. They could have made this thinner and put a hinge in it, but maybe that's just me. But since we do have the hands out, let's take a look here. So that was a decent one. He does have two fist hands, so if you want to have him ready to kick some ass, you got that. I do like the open palm hand, but shouldn't he have come with that other gimmick than when he stopped that guy with the swords? Like that palm strike he did. And he does have another little hand that's supposed to be able to hold the little remote control thing when he stopped the car. So let's see, this should, I mean, it's designed specifically for it, so it should get in there. It should get in there. I mean, you could get it, I gotta smash it in, but again, if you heat up the hand maybe, or press enough, there you go. So I could get it to work. There, so that's good, at least that's functional. He comes with a couple of throwing stars, which again, very thick. I don't necessarily understand why everything is so thick and chunky. That kind of makes no sense. If you can cram it in there, but it's not really designed well because they're too big. He does come with his grappling gun. This looks pretty good. So I don't know. We'll see how this one looks. Does this one fit? I think it fits. Yay! We got one that works. Excellent. And of course we do have the poles I was talking about. So let me break this down. Okay, so here it is with the poles in the cape, which I mean, the end result looks good, but just for this one gimmick, it's kind of weird that they did it like this. Again, had they put wires in there and then you add this as well, because there's room in there from where they stitched it in, so there's no problem. You could have done both, but for what it is, it looks fine, but you're gonna be limited with his other posability and stuff, because the cape is gonna naturally want to open in a strange way, and that's not what we had in the movie. So again, very odd choices being made here, and the cape does hurt the overall figure for sure. Like I said, if you just want it for this one gimmick, then congratulations, you got what you wanted. But if you want it for something a little bit more, like I said, then you're gonna have a bit of a problem, because a lot of us, we like to pose these things and not just in one specific pose. But anyway, I mean, it is what it is. Tip on putting it on: remove the hands, put the handles in first, slide them into the cape, and then connect it at the wrist. That'd be the best way of doing it, so that you don't rip the cape or anything like that. Like I said, some kind of nylon. It's not even cloth, so yeah, good luck with that. If you want him like flying off a rooftop, there you go. Again, he doesn't come with the stand, which again is really stupid, but like I said, I have a rule: if they have capes and they're supposed to fly or glide, they should all come with a base like this. But yeah, classic Todd. They gave us a lot, don't get me wrong, but they still left out important things. So that's where my gripe is. But overall, I do really like this figure. I think he looks amazing. The sculpt work's incredible. The paint is very clean. Accessories are okay. These in particular I do not like because they're too thick. Yeah, and it doesn't really hold well in the hand. But like the grapple gun, this was done well. That holds pretty good. I'll give you some shots of it with that as well. But again, I don't have the other version of him, the first one that came out, so I can't do a comparison. But I do think a wired cape was needed on him. For those who do have it, let me know. What do you think? But for this gimmick, like I said, it does what it's supposed to do. Like you get a little bit of bulbage, kind of weird protrusion up there. But if you yank on it, you might have it a little more flush. But you know, for what it is, it's an okay feature, but not something that I'm thrilled about. Okay, so I angled his arms down. So if you want to make it look like in the movie when he was running to the Batmobile with what's her face, Kim Bassinger's character, Vicky Vale, you can kind of recreate that look a bit. But like I said, if he had a wired cape, you'd do it a lot easier and you'd have less issues, because you can see it doesn't really sit that flush and you really need to angle it in certain ways to make it work. Like I said, this thing could have been really, really good. The cape is a main part of Batman, so you get that wrong, you get in a lot of problems going on. But overall, like I said, you could get some good poses out of him still. You could fudge some stuff to make it look like it works. But like I said, overall, some of the issues that we have, well, the only real issues we have is due to the cape. So like, I'll show you guys. It's literally like he's got the poles stuck in there. Let me close that. Yeah, it's really weird how they did this. Here is how he stacks up next to the 1940s Max Fleischer Superman. That's another really beautiful piece. So expect a review on him as well. I did a quick one on him. He's gonna be about 3 minutes, but here is how he stacks up with the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. So not bad. They look pretty good together. Pretty cool stuff right there. Like I said, I got issues with this freaking cape. I don't like the bunching up like that. It looks weird. It doesn't work. Makes me angry. But the way that, again, I have the poles in there still on his hands. But it's the only way to make it work somewhat. Because again, in the movie, that's how he had it. It was kind of down like this in the front, unless he was fighting, and then you could flip it back. A wire could have fixed that. You know, I don't mean to keep going on about it, but again, for '89 Batman, it's very, very specific and unique to the character on how he did a lot of his posing. There's another stack up with Henry Cavill Superman. That ain't too bad. The colors actually work. I like the darker color with the more maroon cape. Looks pretty good with this Batman. So not too bad. And yes, we do have a Christian Bale we're going to be doing comparisons with at another time, possibly in this video. I don't know yet. And here he is with a comic book version of Batman. This is the Dick Grayson body, but the Nightfall Batman head, which again, that's my preferred look. Excellent stuff. Like the pouches would have been better for the belt, but I do like the gold and the classic kind of black bat symbol like that. One thing I will point out as well, I think with this bat symbol, it looks good, but that ridge all around, shouldn't that have been black? Like that's something that bothers me too a bit. And yes, he does have a black ridge all the way around the yellow. So I might have to fix that. Okay, so final thoughts on this Michael Keaton 1989 Batman. I do love a lot of this. The majority of it I love. I have the one major gripe, which I've mentioned multiple times. And if they threw in one of these, and again, made this sturdier, even though I'm not crazy about these, it's still better than nothing. Yeah, he comes with his little black stand, which these things are not the best, but still, I'm happy at least he comes with something like that. But overall, the figure itself is really cool. The articulation's amazing. I love a lot of this thing, the majority of it. I'd probably give him about an 8.5. Yeah, I might be a little extra critical, but again, I was a former lead designer at his company years ago. I know what they're capable of. I know a lot of the toy industry and the things that you could do, and to give fans more value, more bang for their buck. And granted, he came with a lot of accessories. Some of them are not so great and barely fit into his hands. But I do love the alternate hands. I love the extra little gimmicks that they do put in here. Like he's got that little pocket thing to stop the car and call the car. Like that's cool stuff. The other thing I'm really curious about is before he loses this license, because it looks like he's losing it in 2026. Mattel's going to start to release their figures in mid 2026. Are we going to be getting a Jack Nicholson? Is he going to cough up the money to pay Jack? Because Jack Nicholson still has a major rights thing going on with the Joker. So he gets a cut of anything with his likeness, anything that has to do with his specific Joker. So I don't know. Are we going to see that, Todd? I know he's been notorious in the past for not working with a lot of these people because they want too much money. But like I said, overall, I do like this piece a lot. Sorry, let me shut it off because this thing is noisy. But yeah, I mean, he is really cool. I'm almost tempted to give him a 9, but not having a proper lining in the cape like that, yeah, and that I have to go in here and now paint around the bat symbol, that ring that's all the way around there. It needs to be black and it's all bright yellow. that's upsetting. But yeah, again, a couple of little shortcomings, but overall he is really fun. And if you do not have the first release of him, like I didn't, maybe that's why I went even higher with the score. But still a beautiful figure. Don't sleep on it. GameStop has them right now. There's a couple of different stores you could get them at. But I know in-store, if you walk in certain locations, you'll be able to find them. So thanks for watching this review. Remember to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to pick up my Volume 3 art book as well. This thing is perfect bound, 64 pages. Absolutely amazing. So you don't want to miss out on this one. Again, this is the Volume 3. It's available right now in Indiegogo for a limited time. Yeah, more information soon on some of my other projects. And yeah, upcoming stuff. There's also going to be a sneak peek at City of Venus 2 in this book. So yeah, you're not going to want to miss this at all. Like I said, this is going to be the next major comic book that I am releasing. This one's going to be around 52 pages. Hi, for anyone looking for some amazing comic books, this is part of my collection. I am the artist and creator of Shadow of the Kraken. This is a beautiful pirate story, 52 pages, beautiful artwork. Yeah, everything you need out of a great pirate story, you're right here. We have City of Venus. It's a futuristic story. Also another one that I totally created. Beautiful. If you love kind of post-apocalyptic worlds, beautiful women, sci-fi, action. This has a little bit of everything in it. So if you're looking for that, on that campaign, you could also get for a limited time Volume 1 and 2 of my art books. These are loaded with amazing images, 52 pages each. Yeah, they got pretty much everything you need in there. And we have, of course, hardcover book. This is Through the Woods, co-created and written by Frankie Tartamella, my brother. And yeah, I did all the artwork. This is 100 pages. You get the entire story in here, beginning, middle, end. You get all of it, and it is truly amazing. So if you're looking for a great ghost story, this is definitely the book for you. Just click the link in the descriptions, and yeah, these books ship immediately.